Hey everybody, my name is Garrett Mott. I just graduated from UT with physics and math degrees, and I also went through the UTeach program. So I'm here today to talk about how I made homework videos for my kids. I was at Austin High teaching in an AP physics classroom last semester. It was a lot of fun, and one thing we used were these homework videos. So I'm going to talk about three kind of main things. One, what's all the nitty gritty, how you make the videos. Two, some of the benefits I found. And then three, some of the things I learned and some of the tips I think I can pass on that would be helpful. So first step, like I just talked about, is how you make these videos. And this is kind of the general workflow that I decided worked best for making these videos. First part was to find the questions, choose the questions that I wanted to ask. A lot of the times we would ask like upper middle questions, so questions that are tough, but not like the hardest questions. So the students still had things to strive for and things to go past that, so they can take what we teach them in these video things and apply them. And all the videos we're using came from our Quest homework, so we use the Quest system. After you've picked the questions, then there's a little bit of preparing the questions so that it's easier to work. Then I film the videos just like I'm filming this video right now, the exact same technology. And then I would upload it. So I uploaded them to YouTube, and then we linked it on our Canvas page as well. So whatever platform you're using, you can do that as well. So here's how I prepared the questions. This is step two. So step one is choose the questions. I've picked this question. We're looking at inclined planes, and we're looking at friction in this case. So we said, let's pick this question, question 13. In order to prepare the question, I take a screenshot of it. And that depends on what operating system, what computer you're using, how that works. So you're going to have to look that up for your own computer if you don't know how to do that. After I've prepared the question, either in Word or Google Docs, which are both UT approved, you can put it in there and save it as a PDF. PDF works best because then as you're screen sharing and clicking, you don't actually try to edit the document while you're screen sharing. So you've got it as a PDF. At that point, it is kind of prepared. And then we're ready to start filming. So now that it's time to film, I use Zoom as my main thing. This is university approved. It's on that list of technologies y'all can use. Everyone has it. Everyone's kind of familiar with it, hopefully. So that is usually helpful. Also, it lets me have my little picture up here in the top right-hand corner. So you can see me. I can use my hands and point to things and things like that. I screen share that PDF we just created, so we have the problem. And then I use the Zoom annotation tools, which everyone might not be familiar with, but I'm going to talk a little about that. And like I said, it lets you have your camera on, which is really nice. Helps make it feel more personal. So this is a video about how I set everything up. So as you can see, I'm in Zoom and I screen share. I choose that PDF that I've selected. Now I'm here and it pulls up this menu in the top right. Click on annotate. And there are a bunch of different ways you can annotate this. You have the text feature. You can type in text like that if you want to not have to handwrite things. You can also draw freeform lines. You can draw straight lines. You can draw shapes like rectangles and circles. And you can also change the colors and things like that. So you can color code things like you would like on a whiteboard or a blackboard and things like that. And then the last one is you can draw vectors. So to clear everything, there's a clear button. And then you have to get out of this annotation window in order to go back to using your mouse like regular. So those are all some of the different tools that I found very helpful that I've used to annotate all of my videos. So this is an example. I'll let y'all watch this.
And we have our frictional force going this way, which I'm going to denote as F sub FR, F for friction. Okay, so what do we know? We know we can take this gravitational force and break it up into its components. So this is equal to mg.
So that was an example. It's me just kind of talking through it, working out the problem. I'm just writing with like my mouse, just like a normal mouse. If you have a stylus pad or an iPad or something like that, you could also do the same thing through that. But I found that I can write with a regular mouse just fine. So that's what I've been using so far. Just wanted to note in that video, I'm using a software called Cami. That is a Google Chrome extension, but it is not on that university list of approved softwares. So I just wanted to put that out there. So that is what I've been using there. So it's a little different, but same concept still applies. So then we've got our video. You're going to record the meeting just like I'm doing right now. And once you're done, it'll render the meeting and you'll have a file on your computer. Usually it downloads into the documents folder. After you've got that document, you can upload it to YouTube. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube to help you figure out how to do that if you haven't done that before. Something I like to do is I've put them all in this Quest Solution Videos playlist so that my students had them all there, right there. I was creating them as they were working on the problems, so there wasn't anything ahead, but they could go back and reference earlier problems as well. Then we would put a link to the specific videos or the playlist on Canvas, however you want to format that for your class, whatever you think is best for your students. And that way that's up there and they can use it and they can look at it whenever they need to. So here are some of the benefits that I found. The big one is that students get help anytime. So it is totally up on the internet. It is out of your hands. They don't need to come to you to get help per se. So if a kid's stuck on a problem at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and they know it's there, they can go check there. They can help. You're helping them then, as opposed to them trying to email you furiously or post on Piazza or anything like that. So really, it's efficient and kind of convenient for students so they can get help whenever. It also streamlines your virtual office hours. So something that we had a problem with was a lot of people would come in and want help. And if you pick the questions right, they'll come in and ask help on the questions you've created videos for. So what you can do is like, hey, I made a video, the link's on Canvas, go check it out. If you still have problems, come back and we can work on it together. And that helps streamline things, or you can put them in a breakout room while they're watching the video or anything like that. And also it helps you customize how they're learning the content so that it'll fit and integrate with your in-classroom activities because you're creating the video. You can use similar terminology, similar examples. You can reference things you've talked about in class. So really, it kind of all makes it cohesive as opposed to them going online and looking at a bunch of other kind of things that don't really fit in with what you're working on exactly. Some things I learned. You kind of want to get these out as soon as the kids or students start working on the homework assignment. That way they've got them there. Sometimes you can strategically delay them a little bit if you want to give the students time to kind of struggle with it and work on it a little bit. It's just that's your preference. I liked getting them out kind of middle of the week. We did homeworks every week, so kind of the middle of the week gave them time to kind of work on their own, watch the video, and then come get help afterwards. One important thing to note, the Zoom annotation tools don't like track you as you're scrolling on a page. So they are kind of on top of the document. So if you're annotating something and you like scroll up and down on the PDF, then those annotations are going to stay wherever they are. It's just an important thing to note. Another common thing that a lot of teachers I've heard from are using are Screencastify and Loom. The free versions only let you record for 5 minutes, which usually is a good time to shoot for, but sometimes you need to go over 5 minutes. But those are also not on that UT list of websites. So just a couple of other things. And thanks, y'all. I really hope this was helpful. I hope y'all got something out of this. I was trying to fit under 5 minutes, so it was a little fast, but hopefully that was helpful. Sweet. Later, y'all.